last question. How can those wishing to learn enhance their talent or interest?
In general?
Yes, how can those that want to teach, how can they enhance their talent or their interest in the subject?
There is some fantastic literature available. There are some really, really good books. For example, Jim Scribner, who did a talk at the Institute in Surdcup, is a great writer in the field of introductory things to teaching. And I would always say that the theory and the books are such a good place to start. Fundamentally, though, it comes from practice. It comes from going into the classroom with an open mind and being prepared to make mistakes, to know that you're making mistakes, and to see yourself as a learner, not the students as the learners on their own, but you are a learner as well. You're learning about the experience, and to reflect on that. That's the key thing, is building up a skill to look back at a lesson and say, what was good about it, but what wasn't bad about it? Or what could I improve for next time? Or sometimes you have a surprise that an exercise that to you seems very straightforward, very simple, the students are finding really difficult. And maybe what they're producing isn't what you expected them to do, and certainly not what you wanted them to do. But at that point, not to be angry, not to be upset with them, but to look at it and say, okay, so what do we need to do to get to that point? Obviously, we need a different route, and to reflect on what you've done so far and to start evaluating, what can I do differently? A good teacher isn't necessarily the person that knows the most or that can deliver in the best way, but it's probably the person that can deliver in the most ways, has the most different options. Having the different options, the different techniques, and speaking to other people, going to different conferences, going for talks, reading the journals and the magazines are brilliant, but sharing all of those different techniques and different skills, because every learner is different. If you have a room of 20 people and you teach in one way, 5 of them will probably get it. If you teach the same thing in a different way, another 5 might get it. And if you do it in a different way again, another 5 might get it. And steadily, everyone will start to understand. But it takes the different techniques and different styles.
Different people learn in different ways.
Precisely. You got.
Sorry. Would you recommend any specific qualification to take any exam, for example?
For doing the teaching?
Yeah. Okay.